I like the upside, man. Lukas Van Ness, is a big, powerful young man. You know what I mean? You can see it multiple times right here, how he's able to engage with his bull rush and push a tackle into the lap of the throwing lane of the opposing quarterback. You know what I mean? That's just brute strength right there. You know what I mean? That's just being stronger and more powerful than the next man. Here you can see it again. You know what I mean? You can see how his strength is probably his biggest tool that he has in the toolbox. Just the ability to one-on-one push a man backwards and to affect plays. But I will say this, once he gets into a position to where the bull rush doesn't work, because, sometimes offensive linemen win. So when you get into a position to where the bull rush doesn't work, he has to get better at finding what's next. Because the hand fighting and being able to adjust is probably one of the weakest parts of his game. But if he can get you on your back, boom, you're on your back, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let y'all know that the green trucker hats are back in stock. Shout out to Big Print Champs. You know what I'm saying? They sold out for a little minute. They back like they never left. Make sure you tap in. Click the link and in the description to this video. Make sure you tap in with that, and also be sure to take advantage of Underdog Fantasy. You know what I'm saying? They doubling up the bread on what they giving people. The link for the description is in there as well. Let's talk about Lukas Van Ness. Let's talk about him, man. You saw the little video, small film, some of his attributes that I showed. I like him, man. I like the kid. Bull rusher. I feel like that's his strong suit, being a bull rusher. When I look at some of the film, I just don't like his hand placement. I don't really think he has a lot of tools in his arsenal. He's just bull rush, bull rush, bull rush. And if you're just bull rush, bull rush, bull rush, in my opinion, you got to be as athletic and as talented as guys like Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons uses bull rush a lot. You know what I mean? So he doesn't really have to rely on other tools because you can't stop that one tool, just using him as an example. But when guys are able to stop the bull rush, you got to have a plan B. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a plan B. Hassan Reddick, for example, bull rush might not be his strong suit, but if he can't get you with the bull rush, he got 5 other ways that he could get to you. This is all I got to say, man. I'm thinking about the Bijan Robinson pickup at 10, if that's to go down. I'm thinking at Van Ness at 10, if that's to go down. I'm definitely going to take Bijan Robinson over Lukas, because I feel like that Bijan Robinson is plug and play from day one. You just bought back Brandon Graham. You know what I'm saying? You just bought back Fletcher Cox. Milton Williams, I believe, is ahead of Jordan Davis on the depth chart, if you want to be for real. You know what I mean? Jordan Davis also was going to get his opportunities based upon where he was solely drafted at, you know what I mean, in the first place. But I feel like when you're talking about bringing in a defensive lineman like Lukas Van Ness, it got to be like in the second round or later for sure. It got to be in the second round or later for sure. But if you can't block him up front and you can't stop that bull rush, man, he a different species. You know what I mean? He's a different species when it comes to the bull rush, but you know, he still got some learning that he got to do. He still got some learning that he got to do. His footwork really not there from what I've seen from elite prospects, you know what I mean, at his position. He's a heavier coming off the edge than I would like to see some of my edge rushers that play for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he weighed more than BG. You know what I mean? I think he was listed at 275 or something like that. You know what I mean? He's a big dude, but he can play in the middle as well. You know what I mean? He definitely can play in the middle as well. But you know what I mean? Being that big in the National Football League coming off the edge, how well can you seal the edge? You got a lot of quarterbacks who like to use their legs at this level, and it's a part of their game. You know what I mean? How well can you seal the edge? Are you a liability coming off the edge at that size? That's something to think about as well. But I'm all for it, though. I'm all for getting him in the later rounds. Just at 10, I'm not for it. You know what I mean? He is visiting the Philadelphia Eagles today. I really like his strength, man. He's really, really strong for the position. He really could, could help us out, especially since, we're more of a rotational front. You know what I mean? I'm not opposed to bringing a guy in like this to help out with the rotation. We need guys to come in and help out with the rotation. Some of our guys are getting older, and we're not going to be able to keep living off a one-year deal after one-year deal. We got to start getting some young blood in the building. So I like it, man. I like the idea of it. I kind of like what Howie Roseman is doing. This is more of a safe, this is more of a traditional Eagles pick. These are some of the things that we do. But at the same time, I'm getting to the point right now with the roster that we have, we might have to be a little daring and look at running backs and stuff like that a little earlier than we traditionally do because the offense is ready to rock and roll. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.